In this video, we will go over proper safety techniques for measuring and cutting material. You will learn how to properly prepare the area, measure and cut the material, perform a safe cut, and clean up the staging area. Before you can perform a cut, you must make sure that you are wearing the right equipment. You must be wearing safety goggles and ear protection to follow PPE guidelines. You must also have the right tools, such as a tape measure and a pencil. You must also make sure that the area is fit to perform a cut. It must be clear of any hazards such as dust, garbage, or any scrap wood. And you also have to make sure that the saw is set to the proper setting. The final step that you must complete before you cut is to measure and mark the material. Measure the material with a tape measure and mark it at the desired length. The next step is to clear and dispose of any scraps, as well as to sweep and clear the sawdust. You must make it accessible for the next user. If applicable, put away the chainsaw or reset the saw to the default setting. When cutting an LVL, the process is much different than any of the other saw cutting procedures. It revolves around the setup of the cut. Measure the LVL, but instead of marking it at the exact point, give yourself at least a 1-inch buffer and draw a V on that buffer in crayon. Because this is a product that we can send more of, but never less of, it is important that you are never short on the cut. The V acts as guidance for your cut, and the buffer ensures that you are not short. When you have your cut marked, grab a loose sticker from the ground and slide it underneath your cut mark. This is important so you do not cut the material underneath it. To execute the cut, reach full speed with the chainsaw and cut, starting at the top middle part of your V. Make sure that you cut all the way through the LVL. When using a chainsaw to cut an LVL, it is important to keep these tips in mind. When measuring and selecting the LVL, it is important to never leave less than 8 feet of material. Most LVLs below 8 feet in length have no use, so it is important to maximize the material used. For example, if you have a 20-foot LVL, the max cut you can make is 12 feet to leave 8 feet behind. LVLs are slippery and unstable in nature. You must remove the area of all tripping and slipping hazards. You need to ensure that you have stable footing and posture before executing the cut. And finally, make sure that the chainsaw is properly filled with mixed gas and that the chain is tight. Practicing safe cutting techniques is imperative in ensuring that nobody gets seriously injured. It is a highly dangerous task, so one must exercise complete caution when using a saw of any sort. If you follow the procedure and tips presented in this video, you will be demonstrating the level of safety and caution expected from you as a Leachman Lumber employee. Remember, safety starts with you.